okay, so like I can download Tinder again, like it's okay if I talk to like somebody else, and you're like, no, yeah, no, of course we're like boyfriend and girlfriend. Hello everyone, it's Hara in Korea, and today I'm here with my boyfriend, who you guys have met many times on my vlogs, if you watch my vlogs. Anyway, today we, are going to be telling you guys a story about how you met while he makes interesting faces on the sidelines. Are you ready to tell the story of how we met?
Let's go.
Okay, so we met back in 2021. We officially started talking. Do you remember what month?
2021 December.
You remember!
Right.
What app did we meet on? Dun, 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 dun.
You guys know.
Yeah, you can guess. We met on Tinder. And as you guys are probably very familiar, Brianna has very bad history with Tinder. So for me, what happened, the reason why I decided to download Tinder was I had just moved to a new city and I was only here for maybe like 3 weeks, and I was like, I'm so bored. And I told myself I was never gonna download Tinder again. And one random night I downloaded Tinder again, and I was swiping right randomly in the morning time, and I swiped right on him, and thankfully he had already swiped right on me, and so we matched.
Right.
So why did you decide to download Tinder?
Right. The reason I downloaded the Tinder was just like maybe I just needed to have somebody too, right?
Yeah, super cute.
Yeah. And I just found her. I just swiped the right, not rep.
Thankfully. Why did you decide to swipe right on my profile? Was it random?
Okay, just the first reason was just like she had more story than any other girls. They just put photos and no more, and she had some stories. Not real stories of her, but anyways.
Yeah,
she just described how she is and what she likes, and that somehow matches my taste.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my Tinder bio and what I wrote in my bio like on the screen, but I just thought it was really funny because what I had wrote, he ended up calling, he said it sounded like a I'm giving up profile. Like it sounded like this is my last hope, this is my last chance. I was like, I'm trying to spoil someone. I wanna cook and bake for you, set up some cute dates, travel a lot. And then I said, if you're looking for someone to entertain your days, well, here I am.
But, you know, I think the result is the total opposite.
I don't cook and spoil you?
I mean, I'd rather show her new world.
Okay, you spoil me too, but I spoil you.
Right, that's right. I was just joking.
Yeah, I made you a big dinner yesterday.
Right.
You do definitely spoil me a lot, and I very much appreciate it. The reason why I swiped right on him, like I felt something different. I don't really know how to explain it. And like the thing about him that really attracted me to him was in his profile he had books. Some books that you were reading. Do you remember?
I remember.
Like most guys just had like a, I don't know, like some shirtless picture or just like some really bad selfie. But you had like books, you had a picture of your dog. You also had a picture in the H&M dressing room. So I was thinking maybe he likes to shop.
Yeah, and we both like shopping. Yeah. Who hates, right? I don't really take up any pictures of myself. So I guess that H&M mirror picture was just best.
It was a good choice though, because I was like, oh, he's got long legs, he looks good. And another thing was, a lot of guys on Tinder at the time didn't like include anything in their bio, and so you at least had like a little something. I don't remember exactly what you wrote, but something along the lines of looking to share stories with someone, and I'm like, I've got a lot of stories to share, so that's why I swiped right on you.
Then you got a good choice.
Okay, so who messaged first?
I don't really remember, but I guess she just texted me first.
Yeah. The first question I asked you was like, what kind of books do you like to read?
Right.
Yeah, you said you like reading self-development books. And this is only like the first 2 messages, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, I like reading too. Sometimes I read self-development books too. The truth is, I've never read a self-development book. But I did like reading, but I was like, oh, I want to make you feel good about... Now you seem upset. I read fantasies. I read a lot of fantasies.
You were just like try to be
like agreeable.
right.
So when I first started messaging him, I had this rule that I had made up that if somebody bored me one time while we were messaging, I wasn't gonna talk to them anymore. I think I gave them one chance. Like if you responded like okay once, I would like restart the conversation one time, and after that, like I was like, I'm not restarting the conversation, I'm not talking to this person. So that happened a lot when I was talking to other people, but with him, I never got bored one single time. And there's this specific message actually that you sent that made me be like, oh, maybe he's different. So I had asked him what kind of music he liked, and he said, I like so many types of music, so why don't you ask me what kind of music I hate? And so I did, and then I decided to answer what kind of music I hated, and I said country music, and he's like John Deere? And there's a John Deere about 15 minutes from my house, and I was like, who knows John Deere? What random Korean person knows John Deere? And so he asked me where I was from, and I said Indiana, and I was like, do you know Indiana? And he's like, of course, everybody knows Indiana. Nobody knows Indiana.
I mean the name, but I actually didn't have any idea where it was.
See, I didn't know that. I was like, oh, he knows where it is.
I know the name, but I didn't know the
Where it
exact
was.
location.
But that was still super special to me, that because most times if I say, oh, I'm from Indiana, nobody will even say like, oh, okay, I know the name. They're just like, what? But you're like, oh, Indiana, everybody knows. I was like, oh, great. It was funny. I was even telling my sister's husband, I told her that you mentioned John Deere, and he's like he really likes tractors and country things. And he's like, he knows John Deere? Well, I like him already.
Yeah, I know John Deere.
Okay, so we started talking in December of 2021, and when was the first time we met?
The first day of 2022.
Yeah, like it's just, I don't know, it's just very poetic to me. We start the new year together. Every time I think of like January 1st, like I'm thinking, it's our anniversary. So every new year gets to be thought with like a thought of him. It was really special. So let me explain how we first met a little bit. So I was in Daejeon to hang out for New Year's Eve with my friends. The next day on New Year's Day, I took the bus to his city, which is Changwon. And so he was gonna meet me at the bus terminal to pick me up, and we didn't have a plan. We didn't know what we were gonna do. I just knew we were meeting at the bus terminal, and he had asked me about this American restaurant because I said I wanted to go to an American diner, and he said he knew an American diner. So that was the plan. I didn't know anything else we were gonna do. So anyway, I took the bus. I get off the bus to go meet him. The moment I get off the bus, I'm like, let me go to the bathroom, and I needed to fix everything, make sure I looked okay. And then I walk out of the bathroom. And what I was expecting was there's a lot of Koreans, and I figured you would find me first. Is what I was thinking. So I'm like looking all over the place, like, where is he? And then I just see this man, and he was wearing the same outfit from your H&M Tinder picture. So that's how I recognized you. I saw your shoes first. I was like, oh, those are the shoes from the H&M picture. And then I saw your pants. I was like, oh, those are the pants. And then I saw your jacket, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's him. You look so good. He picked it all by himself.
And actually, it wasn't intended.
It wasn't intended? You didn't mean to wear the same outfit?
Right.
But it was perfect because that's how I recognized you. What was your first impression of me?
Impression?
What did you first think when you saw me? You said about my height. Yeah, he was saying that after he saw my pictures on Tinder, I just looked short. So when he saw me, he's like, oh, she's not short.
Right.
And my first impression of you, my very first impression was, I really like your shoes because they were very shiny, like very clean. And my second impression was, oh, thank gosh, she's taller than me. All right, so after we like met and had our hellos, how are you or whatever, we ended up getting in his car, and we didn't have a plan at all. He just looked at me and he's like, so what should we do?
Yeah, what should we do? I literally have no idea at the moment. I didn't plan the whole plan.
Yeah. So you looked at me and you're like, why don't we just go to... Where did we go?
H&M.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just because the reason is simple, you know. I mean, the H&M was the nearest place where we can have fun with, so...
Yeah. And you knew I liked shopping at that point, right? I think I had told you about my shopping addiction, maybe. I don't know.
I didn't actually think she likes shopping, but I later thought like, who hates shopping, right? So
who hates shopping? So while we were in H&M, it was really funny because he didn't shop at all. I don't even remember if you went to the men's section. I think we like peeked inside, but you were literally just there watching me, and it was so funny because I was in the zone and you were like just standing there. It was kind of like you were like dancing around the store. Like, I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah, just as a stranger, you know, every person has get their own protection zone, and I just wanted to break her protection zone.
Yeah, you broke
just by randomly saying. I usually like just saying random things.
Yeah, you were being super random, saying a bunch of random things, making a bunch of random jokes. The thing I remember most about that like time in H&M was like I was picking out my clothes, and what he said was, I don't know why, but I'm getting like this mysterious feeling.
Yeah.
Do you remember saying
Yeah,
that?
I know.
I feel like we were both getting like this feeling like we had never felt that way before. Like we were both like extremely comfortable with each other. I don't know how to explain it, but I acted in a way that I don't act around anybody else, but that I only do with myself. Yeah.
Right.
But I felt super comfortable with you, like in H&M, and you felt the same?
Yeah. I wasn't even nervous and I wasn't even awkward because anyways, I was just talking by myself and just saying just random things.
So after H&M and we did some shopping, I think I bought 2 things. We went to go eat at the diner. We had a really good time at the diner. After the diner, we drove the car to the bus station, and it was like really interesting. Like you kept asking me, you're like, how nervous are you now? Are you still nervous? From a scale from 1 to 10, how nervous are you? And as the day kept going, like maybe I started at like a 7, and then it was 5, and then it was 3. And so I think in the car I probably answered like 3 or 4, because of course I was still like nervous.
Right.
Alright, so I get to the bus station. Also, as we were waiting, I mentioned that I wanted to go to Namhae or Yosu. I don't remember which one. We're gonna say Namhae.
남해 맞아요.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to go to Namhae. And you're like, well, why don't we do it this summer? And I was like, it's winter time right now, right? I'm thinking in my head, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be dating this boy until next summer. There's no way. We're not going next summer. But we did go to Namhae quite often.
Right.
So you kept your word, like you were truthful.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to go there in summer, right?
Well, I was thinking we wouldn't be dating. I was like, I felt so different with you when I met you, but I was also like, well, I've never met a good guy before, so obviously we're not going to Namhae.
I just didn't think that deep.
He's like, let's go.
Let's go.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? What happens, happens.
I like that mentality. Whatever happens. That's actually something I used to say a lot. I was like, whatever happens, happens. And that's kind of how I get through life. And that's kind of how it was dating him too. Like, whatever happens, happens. We'll see how this goes. Even if it doesn't last, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. I mean, the word she used to hear from me was just like, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, you do say that a lot.
Yeah, just go and let's see what happens.
That's your like signature, another one of your signature sayings. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
So at the bus station, I'm about to get on the bus or whatever, and you stopped me to give me this very dramatic hug.
Yeah, right.
This might sound, I don't think it sounds weird. At the moment I was like, huh? But I think it's very sweet. Like you gave me this big deep hug and you like put your head like in my hair and you're like, oh, you smell so nice.
Yeah, because it wasn't real.
I was like, he likes my smell. Like I never thought like someone could like my smell. I know that sounds very strange.
I just gave her a hug because I just thought it was just common in America, so I just did it and she accepted.
Yeah, it was a really good hug. So after our first date, like literally the next day when I woke up or whatever, I felt completely different, like complete euphoria, just complete happiness. But like this particular day I was like, oh my gosh, the sun is shining, the air is so bright. Like it was literally like a movie. I was dancing, like literally dancing to Emart. I was dancing like on the way to the store. People were stopping and looking at me. I just felt like complete happiness, and it was so strange. Even like when I look at like a picture from that day, my face seems so like bright the day after meeting you. So my question is, how did you feel after meeting me? Were you like, I really want to meet her again?
Of course it was special. I had a really good time with her. Let's make another meeting.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens. But anyway, so yeah, we had our second date. Our second date was magical. That was honestly one of my favorite dates. That really deserves its own video. What I want to say after that is we dated for a while. I ended up going back to America for like a week or two in winter time, and we still were not like official yet. And so February we weren't official, and so March came around and I was like, I know this boy likes me. Why is he not calling me his girlfriend yet? I was like, wait, are we boyfriend and girlfriend or not? So I would always ask him and he would say, we're whatever we want to be. That's what you would say. And so for a little bit I accepted that answer until one day in March I asked him again. I was like, so are we boyfriend and girlfriend? And he's like, we're whatever we want to be. And so what I said to him, I think I was like, oh, okay, so like I can download Tinder again, like it's okay if I talk to like somebody else. And you're like, no, yeah, no, of course we're like boyfriend and girlfriend. yeah, that's what you said.
What's the secret of just a long-lasting relationship?
Yeah, what's
like
the secret to a 2-year relationship?
Let me think.
Yeah.
Just find a partner who respects your time.
Yeah, find a partner who respects your time.
And of course you have to respect her time too, so.
For me, my secret to a 2-year-long relationship will be, for me, it's be yourself. And that sounds very stereotypical, but don't try to change yourself for anybody. So yeah, that's the story of how we met, and we've been dating for 2 years and hopefully a lot longer.
I know it's short, and I think I'm just pretty nervous on the camera, but I think I did my best.
You did good. Yeah, I've been asking him if he'd be willing to make this video.
I think I did my best to just, explain the whole situation of us, right?
You did good. 잘했어.
네, 잘했어.
But anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. Please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Please, thank you. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
안녕.